Cerrone, it feels like a lot of people, it feels like most people are still talking about the Celtics going up for sale. And, who should have it? Who should be trying to purchase it? All of this. I came in here today getting ready to say my guy, Jeff Bezos, which, by the way, I've heard a few people say his last name a different way. Can someone clarify? I could have sworn it was
call him Jeff
Bezos. That's what I thought it was. I've heard it different ways. But anyways, he's the guy I want. Mm-hmm. That's the guy I want. A very successful businessman. He's creative. I've listened to some of his interviews and the things he talks about. He's all about taking chances, moving things forward, being okay with failing, all the right stuff. I like it. And not only that, he's not only a talker, but we all know he's done it.
Yeah.
He's done it.
Yeah. He's changed the way we live.
He absolutely.
The world lives. He's changed the world. People say, we always say this guy changed the world, that guy changed something. No, he literally changed the way we operate as a society around the world.
And to a lesser degree, I think it would be great because when you go to a Celtics game, they say it's the jungle. Amazon, you get it. You get it.
That's How did you pronounce his name, by the way?
Bezos.
Hello, my name is Jeff Bezos.
Thank you.
You win.
I heard multiple people say it a different way. And I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. I didn't hear it right. But, Jimmy, stay on the mic, please. Because we walked in the building. Did you hear this report? Or
I didn't until I got here.
Okay. Jay Stu, if you would, could you just fill us in on the spot, live on air? Cerrone and I have not heard of this news, have not heard this report, but what is going on with the Celtics and Wyc?
In the Globe today, Dan Shaughnessy essentially wrote that he reached out to Wyc Grousbeck and Wyc's dad, and he asked Wyc via text message, quote, "You okay if I say your personal stake in the team, the Celtics, is less than 2%, question mark, unquote. Wyc answered, quote, "We hold as a family, all unified. We are a family, and I also have a Celtics family, is my comment. Thanks," unquote. Which leads us to continuing on in Shaughnessy's story today. Leads us to Steve Paliuka, who, by the way, my interjection, I love Pags. I think Pags is great. I feel bad that Wyc has stolen the trophy from him twice and has interrupted him in interviews on this very program. Okay. But I'll continue. This leads to Steve Paliuka, often identified as co-owner of the Celtics. Pags made his money, so on, so on. Pags suggested the hiring of Danny Ainge, which I did not know. That's kind of a big deal because it's led to other moves, as Shaughnessy chronicles here in this story. Pags obviously made a statement last week, and Shaughnessy reached out to Pags, texted him for comment. Pags texted back, quote, "I am under NDA at this point, so I can't talk, period. Sorry," unquote. Now, that's the Shaughnessy stuff. If Paliuka is already in an NDA, this deal's done. Pags is getting the team, or he's at least a finalist to get more ownership in the Celtics. Also noted in this, Pags owns 8% of the Celtics, and that's something that I've said and I've known for a while, is that Pags has always had more ownership stakes than Wyc has. It's Wic's dad who had the majority ownership, I believe, and then there's all these other percentages of minority owners.
I'm laughing, and we appreciate. Thank you for that. I'm laughing.
I'm just here to help.
Oh, stop it! I'm laughing because the word, and I'm not saying that this applies to this situation, but I'm thinking of nepotism.
Go ahead, say it. No, say it. It's been
LeBron, and then you hear about Wyc and it's his father. Interesting. So
Boston, what do you think? Wyc's lied to you all these years. 617-779-0985. How do you feel about Wyc now as the less than 2% owner of the Boston Celtics? Boston, I want to hear from you. 617-779-0985.
Well, if that's the case, I will say this. I think Wyc has been an excellent face of the team, if that's the case. I'm not.
I guess it's just a face. Yeah.
Go ahead, Cerrone.
No. I mean, look, if they wanted him to get out front and talk, look, there's a lot of people and a lot of places and a lot of businesses and a lot of situations where they'd be better off having a smooth talker out front. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna sit back. I got the deep pockets. I paid for this whole thing, but you go ahead. You speak better than I do. You're better at interacting with people. You're better interacting with the media. You always have a great attitude, fun-loving guy. Yeah, we want you out in front because I don't want Shy Ronnie in the back getting out in front and trying to talk, and it makes everybody look bad.
You come up with that name.
But you never see Shy Ronnie on SNL? It's a classic skit.
The thing is that Pags really speaks well. Rich Gotham really speaks well. There are a bunch of people with the Celtics who speak well, but Wyc always seems to grab the microphone. And by the way, I love Wyc. Wyc's been good to me Wyc has been very good to me over the years. Mm-hmm. And I like Wyc, and he's done a good job at this. But Pags should get the team next if Pags wants the team next. He's got more money. He's got the vibes. He hired Danny Ainge, apparently, or it was his suggestion. He used to play basketball himself. Wyc checks all the boxes to be the next owner of this team, next full-fledged face of the Celtics ownership group.
I can see you had something to say. That's why I kept my mouth shut.
I think he'd be great at keeping everything going. As I think the players would love it. I think everybody in the building would love it, the front office. I think they'd be real smooth with him going. My only disappointment is if he stays, I still think they don't get what we want the most, and that's a new building.
New building.
We want the guy with the unlimited funds.
I'm not so sure about that.
Oh, okay.
I tend to believe that there's already a plan in place for a new Celtics arena.
Oh.
Let me find out.
You know something, man.
He's in the underworld of Boston. What is going on? It's either that or you're. Some nights I got to look up at the top of the Pru and see if you're standing on the corner, looking down, waiting for the signal to hit, the sports signal.
We got to get Stu's phone. It's something. You be knowing.
Here, I'll hand it right over. It's on
no. I don't. Some things I don't want to know.
You'll just have boring sports tapes.
Oh, stop it.
No.
Again, the number here is 617-779-0985. People want to talk about the Celtics.
KD
Let's jump to the phones. Jack in the car. What's up, Jack?
It's a fun burner.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, I just on the Celtics sale. So, I mean, everybody knew, if you understood, the team was owned by Wyc Grousbeck. I mean, he's the one that made the money. He sold. It was a cable company, if I'm not mistaken. So that's where all the funds came from. Wyc was the managing partner on behalf of the dad, but everybody knew that it was Wyc Grousbeck's money. And particularly when they came out and said they were selling it because for family planning and state purposes. I mean, that's Wyc Grousbeck.
Appreciate it, Jack. The only problem I have with Jack's call is the truth is everyone did not know that because it would have been talked about.
Where was this call on Tuesday?
Exactly.
Where was this call on Monday?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know. And just from my experience and what I'm about to say is not the norm for me. So I don't want anybody saying, oh, you got it like that or hoity-toity. No. The one time I did sit underneath the basket for a game on that side where owners and this is when Ainge was there.
It's a good place to be.
Wyc he doesn't know me from a can of paint. That man was excellent. He was how are you? What's your day? He was, and so I can see why he was put out in the front. But yeah, to sit here and say that everybody knew, no.
I had no idea.
No. I
had no clue. I mean, if his pops walked by this window right now, I had no idea who he was.
Right.
I'd probably security get that man out of here. But some old guy looks really rich is walking through the building. But I have no idea who he was. I mean, like you said, if people would have, if this was as common knowledge as the caller suggested, people would have immediately said,
that's right,
blankety blank. We all sat here and thought this man had 50% of the team or whatever, and his piece was going to be worth $3 billion. Now you're talking 2% or whatever it is. Man, me and you might go get get his piece.
No,
his little small piece.
No,
come on, we got 4 other friends we can go in and get his little piece.
Listen, that's not gonna happen.